Hello, everybody. This is Dustin Coyle, and this is going to be another episode number 23 of Intelligent Thoughts, the Glory 39 breakdown. So I'm coming at you live on a Saturday morning, like 10:30 in the a.m. I hope everybody's having a great day. Mine's going pretty damn well. Got me a little bit of coffee, got my blinds open, a little bit of sunlight coming in the motherfucker. And I got my tablet out. I'm going to talk about some Glory 39 coming up tonight. Obviously, I have to do it right now because the fight is tonight and I work at 2. So, sorry about the delay, everybody, but I hope that it's an enjoyable one. Let's start the show. Alrighty, Glory 39 is taking place in Brussels, Belgium, as I just said, tonight. The main card is actually going to be a $15 pay-per-view I just found out on the Bellator website. Let me look at it a little closer here. So I guess the Sidichai lightweight world title fight is going to be on UFC.tv or on UFC Fight Pass. At what in the hell time is that? I can't even tell. I don't even know what CET means. But then, okay, ESPN is going to hold it as well for the main card, I guess. But then if you don't have either of those, you can buy it for $15, I guess is how you're going to do it. That makes sense. I think that's probably a pretty fair assessment there. That's actually a pretty good way to do it. And I like how they mix it up now with the UFC as well being involved. UFC Fight Pass is a great little, for $10 or whatever it is, that's a great setup. You get a lot of fights, man. All those smaller organizations, and then Eddie Bravo and shit like that. That's really cool. Gotta love that. But enough about that shit. Let's talk about, we'll go with the headlining event. It's going to be the welterweight championship fight. As far as, there's 2 championship fights, I already told you one, but as far as a welterweight championship fight in Glory, there hasn't been one that didn't involve Nicky Holtzkin in who the hell knows how long. I think he was 12-0 until December, when a relative newcomer to the Glory stage, just 2 fights before that under his belt, into Glory, Cedric Doumbé upset Nicky Holtzkin with a pretty fair judgment call. Honestly, I just rewatched the fight yesterday, and I had it 3-2 for Doumbé as well. I gave Nicky Holtzkin rounds 1 and 5, gave Doumbé 2, 3, and 4 pretty handedly. And, so, I mean, I thought for some reason, because I'm a Holtzkin fan, when I watched that back in December, I thought in my mind that I thought it was maybe a bad decision or whatever. But going back and looking at it, Doumbé was fire, man. He was fast, he was dynamic, he had a multitude of different variety. Really, really outstanding performer. Really, really, really fast. Had some incredible uppercuts. Kind of just using very good angles against Nicky Holtzkin, which is one you have to do, and also very difficult. So that was a great performance there for Cedric Doumbé, the new welterweight champion. Today he's taking on Yuan Kongolo, who's actually number 1 now. If you look, Nicky Holtzkin's number 2, just because of their little point ranking system. But yeah, Yuan Kongolo, the Swiss guy. I think he may have been a Glory champion at once. He's definitely fought for it. He fought Holtzkin last year. He fought Murtel Groenhart, Harut Gregorian. I mean, he's fought a lot of people just in the last year. He's definitely experienced. And so they're going to be battling tonight. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so Doumbé had 12 fights in 2016, which I thought was pretty fucking incredible. I think 2 of them were in Glory, and these other ones were just random, either like French or Chinese, like kickboxing matches and stuff. He has won 10 straight. He lost 1 back in like February or January of 2016 on a 10-fight winning streak coming into this one, including a split decision victory over Nicky Holtzkin back in December. Just a badass performance by him. I expect him to be extremely dynamic. Congolo fought earlier this year, actually. against Kareem Ben Mansour and Konstantin Kazim in the welterweight tournament back in January. And that had been about 6 months since he had fought Grown Hart. Congolo, the older fighter, not necessarily the more experienced. They have basically the same amount of fights under their record. He's going to be a little bit shorter, and he's going to have a little bit less reach. He's going to be a little bigger, though, as far as, like, he's got bigger shoulders, bigger chest and back than Doumbé does. Doumbé a little bit slimmer, which really goes to show because he looked pretty damn small compared to Nicky Holtzkin. So, I mean, you would wonder, Holtzkin's a big dude for the welterweight division. Let's see, what else do we have here to talk about? Basically, Congolo, is probably going to be going for a bit of a knockout. What would be best for Doumbé would be to use a somewhat similar attack as he did against Nicky back in December, in basically just lateral movement, staying the fuck out of the way, using sharp combinations, 3-4 punch combinations, ending with leg kicks, wear down the legs. Doumbé's best shot is probably in a decision, as long as he can use that range and back and forth attacking style motion that he used against Holtzkin. I think that'll probably go pretty well for him here against Congolo. So, if I'm going to make any sort of a prediction, which is always rough, I'm going to go with Doumbé tonight against Congolo. Just a decision victory. Probably a split decision victory. I expect Congo to win a couple of rounds. He'll land some big power punches, obviously. Probably land a good number of leg kicks, and maybe some knees. And so, it'll definitely be a good fight to watch. Should be a banger for sure. But I think Cedric Doumbé, I'm a huge fan of him. I loved his swagger. I really didn't know much about him before that fight. I'm a huge fan of him now. I loved how he was toying around with Holtzkin in the ring. I just loved I loved his angles, like when he did like that bolo punch or whatever, where it's like a fake right hook, and then he goes up with the up and under on the uppercut, and fucking, dude, great shot. Didn't rock Nicky, but Nicky's just tough as shit. That's the only reason he didn't. But that was an incredible array and just set of punches that he would do. So unorthodox. He did a lot of bending of his fucking body, so he could dig in on the hooks and then bring the other leg, the hind leg, back on a leg kick to finish off combination. That was a fantastic, I thought. And then he gets the fuck out of the way. He's not standing there and just waiting for you to bang back with him at that point. He's using his footwork to get out of the way. Move off to the right or move off to the left, back up even. Pretty sweet performance. I'm hoping he wins. Cedric Doumbé has made me a fan for sure, and I'm interested in watching this shit. All right, we can move on to the second bout of the evening. Actually, let's look up odds real quick. Let's see if I can find some glory odds so we can actually see who the favorites and everything are. Nice. Shout out to sportbet.com. I've actually never been to this website. I'm a loyal betonline.ag person, but this is pretty intricate. They have holy shit. Just for tonight, they have all 6 Invicta fights. They have 27 U.S. Man, they have a pretty fat array of lines, and they have how many lines for us in kickboxing? 5 of the lines for tonight. Cedric Doumbé minus 140, Yohan Congolo plus 100 even dollars. It's obviously going to be a 5-round fight. So Cedric Doumbé going to be a slight champion there, 1.4. One of the closest odds that I'm looking at actually right here out of the whole evening. One of them's a massive spread. But so I mean, if I'm going with what Las Vegas is saying, or I guess Las Vegas and I agree that Doumbé probably has the advantage here. So I don't know. I probably wouldn't take the bet either way, though. I mean, it could go either way, obviously. All right, moving on. Second bout of the evening, heavyweight bout. Number 7 kickboxer Guto Innocente versus the number 4 Jamal Ben Sadiq. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. Innocente 33-7, 17 KOs. Ex MMA fighter, actually. I think he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and everything. I think he fought Derek Lewis, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he fought Derek Lewis a couple of years ago. The Black Beast, Derek Lewis, who's now has kind of taken over as like a storm. And then Ben Sadiq is fucking giant, obviously. 31-6, 26 KOs. Ben Sadiq 6'9", 80-inch reach. Innocente not tiny, 6'3", 76-inch reach. But damn, this 6'9", 80-inch reach, massive difficulty. Let's see. Innocente just fought back in January, had a 4-round decision victory over D'Angelo Marshall. Then last September, he beat Hesdy Gergis, and then Brian Doze for that. So, I mean, he's definitely moving up. He could be, if he wins this, he could be in the next tournament. Jamal Ben Sadiq, you'd assume, is going to be in the next tournament. In December, beat Ismail Lant by decision. Gordon Hopp back a right hook knockout like 2 months before that in October. And then another knockout, Andre Schmeling back in May. Not as active as Innocente is, but definitely has the the namesake. People know who he is for sure. He's been around. He's a fucking massive, great striker. I'm not sure what the ages of these guys are. I don't know how. I don't have that shit pulled up. Let me check it out. I don't know how the fuck I didn't know that. Innocente's 30. Ben Sadiq is only fucking 26 years old. He's young. What the fuck? I thought he was like 33. I'm an idiot. I'm truly an idiot. Maybe I should pay attention more. Or maybe I should look people up before I talk about him. And he's been fighting professionally since, I guess that's not too long. 20? That's pretty normal. All right, I guess that's... But since second Brussels, second Glory, he fought in Glory number 2 back in 2012. And then Glory 4, Glory 8, all this shit. I mean, he's been around for a while. So, I probably expect a knockout in this fight, and it could pretty much go either way. If I had to pick, I would say Sadiq is probably going to be the winner of the fight. But I do expect a knockout of some type. And I guess the reason I like Sadiq is pretty much just because of his reach and height advantage, It's going to be pretty fucking difficult for Guto Innocente to be able... He's going to obviously have to close quite a bit of distance and go through a range of attack where, Sadiq can hit him and he can't hit Sadiq before he can get into a place where he can put the damage on him. And I think that might be... if Jamal Ben Sadiq fights intelligently, I think that'll probably be an area where he's able to take advantage and push the spread a little bit further in his favor and maybe pull a knockout. So that would be my guess. And let's go ahead and take a look at the odds here. Where are we at? Ba-doom. The odds are Ben Sadiq minus 195, plus 155 for Guto Innocente. That again, though, I don't know. See, like that's like, 2-1 that Sadiq's going to get the knockout. I don't think that's a fucking great bet. Guto Innocente's a bad motherfucker. I mean, that's just really based upon that height, I feel like. But all in all, I do still think he's probably going to get the win. So I won't spend too much time disagreeing with the odds. What else are we doing here? We're doing a featherweight tournament on this motherfucking card. And unfortunately, I couldn't get any fucking information on any of these guys previous to, except for fucking Sergey Adamchuk. But except for him, I could get virtually no information on any of these guys. But we'll start it out here. The featherweight tourney. Sergey Adamchuk, he's the ex-champ actually. I'll click on him here. But yeah, he just 2 years ago he was the champ. Yeah, he